Hey, everybody. It's Kim Love Jones here, certified relationship coach. I wanted to jump on tonight and I want to talk about healing the parts of you that chose less. What I am about to do is I'm going to share this live out with everybody. I am very, very excited tonight because tonight I am going to be battling tonight at 9 o'clock. So I'm here. I get on here every night at 8:30. I'm literally trying to get on actually earlier than that during the day. So yeah, but tonight I want to talk about choosing less, right? Why do we choose? Healing the parts of us that choose or chose. Thank you for the daily heart me. I can't see who you are because I'm sharing out the live. I am sharing out the live. I just had a good time. I was hanging out over in Dr. Yolanda's room. We were having a really, really good time. Yes, we were. It was absolutely amazing just having some laughs and hanging out. It is absolutely amazing. I'm not able to go to be online right now for a lot of things because I'm in the middle of a transformation in my own life, and it is actually amazing. Hey, Melindy, I see you, baby. I just came from her room. Listen, they over there having a ball. I was laughing and acting up. So you heard me over there acting up forever? You know I was. You know, I can't help it. I'm a whole mess. I laugh. Hey, sis, I see you. I see you. Yeah, I am excited about tonight's topic. I am excited to talk about what I'm going to talk about. And yeah, it's I think it's a really good topic because what we need to do is heal the parts of ourselves that keeps choosing less. And I'm going to give out as much as I can give out because after the battle, a little while after the battle, I'm going to bring the panel up because I wasn't on last night, y'all. Last night, I was just like exhausted. Yesterday afternoon, I started feeling dizzy. And I am doing a lot of work around my house. And because I'm doing so much work around the house, I got a lot of stuff going on. I had my nephew-in-law's brother here just doing painting and doing all kinds of things for me. And hey, I see you. So thank you forever. Thank you for the daily heart, me, my love. I see you. Hey, Sher, I see you, baby. How you doing, sis? I see you. Monday night is our class. We finna get it. Monday night, we getting it, Sure. I'm excited. I am very excited. So I've just been running around like a chicken with my head cut off around here. Hey, Seti said, I see you. Seti said is in the building. Yes, he is. So what we're going to do, thank you, Reese. Thank you. I appreciate you for the October pumpkin. Yes. So we getting ready to just go ahead and hit it. Thank you. Oh, it set my goal for me. I didn't even know I had put that there. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, baby. I appreciate y'all. Now, I'm battling tonight at 9 o'clock. I'm going to need y'all to come through. I don't know who I'm battling. This is somebody from another agency. I don't know them at all. So we going to see, because I was like, oh my God, she got like 7,500 followers or somewhere around there. I was like, oh my God. But we going to see what's going to happen because she accepted the battle like they want me to battle. So 9 o'clock, y'all, it's going down. I didn't even inbox her because I was so busy. Oh my gosh, I did not inbox her. I don't know how this whole thing is going to work. Hey, Telly Tell, I see you, sis. There go my sister. There she go, coming up in the room. But at 9 o'clock, y'all, this is going to be a big battle. I don't know if it's going to be a big battle. I don't know what's going to happen because I don't know her. So, y'all, I need y'all to... Hi, Bless Juanita. I see you, baby. How are you? I'm glad to see you in this room because I just saw you in Dr. Yolanda's room. Yeah, y'all, this is a little... I'm like, oh, my God. Yeah, we're going to see how this whole thing goes. We're going to see. But I want to talk to you all tonight about healing the parts of you that chose less. I'm amazing. I am amazing. You know how silly I am. You just saw me in Dr. Yolanda's room, right? You know I'm silly because I wasn't on my platform, so we was over there cutting up. Dr. Yolanda finna put on some leather pants and carry on. It's a joke, I know. I'm just being silly. But yeah, hey, Seed, how you doing? I see y'all coming up in the room. Let's go, let's go. But tonight I want to talk about, I do want to really dive into this because right after the battle, I'm going to do the panel discussion, right? So I want to talk about healing the parts of you that chose less. And when we get to the panel discussion, if anybody would like to come up and talk about whatever it is that's on their heart, I'm gonna bring up my regular crew. I haven't seen TJ on here, Coach TJ. I sent him a thing, so we're gonna see if he comes into the building, right? But the reason why I think that this is so important is because there was a part of me that didn't know in my youth to choose better for myself because I didn't have a standard, because I didn't know. I didn't know what it was going to take. I thought in my naive mind, I thought that if you just good to people, people would be good to you. Right? When I was hey, thank you, Telly Tell, for the heart me, baby. I thought if I'm good to people, then people would just choose you back. Right? As long as you're good to people, everything would be fine and you can meet somebody and live your happily ever after. Nobody told me about all of the stuff that came in between, right? And so there was a part of me that chose less. And even when I figured out that I needed to kind of level up, I still didn't level up to the best because I didn't know to level up to even better. I was taking like the bare minimum from the people in my life. As a woman, that's not good. Men can get away with doing that until perpetuity. It doesn't mean that it's good for them either. I talked about this the other night, how men think that being in these fly-by-night, situationships helps them. It doesn't. It really messes men up too, but men just are unaware because it changes the way that they view women because they've entered into these situationships with women and they don't understand how it affects them mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. People think you get away from that, and you don't. I promise you don't. Right? The damage to us men long term, absolutely, because then you lose respect for women, right? So I don't want to stay on that. I just know that sometimes the way that things are set up is like, boys, go ahead, sow your royal oats, do whatever you want to do. But then for women, the cost for us is even higher. The cost for us is even higher. It is feeling like you've been abandoned over and over and over again because they didn't have good intentions for us, but we didn't know. Because man, I have a big heart, but I'm done feeling empty and drained. Yeah, I'm just learning never to settle for less. Right. Because I think that we choose less in a real way because of what we think about ourselves. Like a part of us believes, oh, well, it shouldn't be that hard to find somebody to be with. Hey, Glenn, I see you. How are you? How you doing, Glenn and Becca? I completely understand. So thank you, Kay. Thank you, Delarice. Thank you. Thank you, baby, for the crystal roses. Thank you. So we sometimes, like the way that we were brought up and the environments we were brought up in made us feel like we didn't deserve to have good things happening for us or in our lives. Yes, I am amazing. I'm amazing, Glenn. I really am. I feel amazing. And it'll make you feel like you have to settle for less. It'll make you feel like you have to deal with nonsense, right? It is very, let me cut, okay. Let me cut on my do not disturb. Oh my goodness. And because of that, Like, we'll find ourselves in all kinds of nonsense that doesn't honor us. And so the reason, hey, nurse, I see you, baby. How are you? You flying in? You flying in? Nonsense is nonsensical. Yes. We've been programmed to believe we should just be thankful. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. For any crumb that we get. And that is absolute nonsense. And before we knew better, Reese, before we really understood our worth and our value, before we started saying, listen, I can't do this no more, I'm gonna tap out, I'm done with all of this, we find ourselves in these places and parts of us that didn't even really understand that we were choosing less. And then because we didn't understand we were choosing less, and we didn't understand why, after careful examination, you find out that all around you were these people in your community that practiced mediocrity, and they would tell you just basically, this is what you get, almost as if that's the standard operating procedure over your life, and it's not. Right? It's not. And we have to choose differently. You said, Becca says, I'm trying to find myself. Absolutely. We have to make different choices that are in alignment with what we truly want. But it required us to figure out what it is that we truly want. Right? And what does that thing look like? Right? So tonight, just so y'all know, I have a battle at 9 o'clock. I don't want to repeat history. I know that's right, my love. I know that's right. I don't want it either. I don't know why it muted you, because that is so crazy. Introspection. So tonight, I want to talk about, like, whether it's friendship, relationships, even a job. Sometimes deep down inside, it wasn't giving you what you needed. But sometimes we stayed and we convinced ourselves that this was good enough. And so tonight, I just want to talk about that, because we don't want to live there anymore. It's time to level up. I want to talk about why we sometimes choose less, the cost of choosing less, right? And how do we rewire? How do we get to where it is that we really want to be? Now, I know that we're getting ready to go into something else. So if I don't finish this today, I will finish it tomorrow, because I'm going to be online tomorrow at 8:30 again. Right? So if I don't finish this today, healing the parts of you that chose less, right? We'll finish it tomorrow. But why we sometimes choose less? Many choose less because it's what they know and what they are comfortable with. Yes. I love you too, Becca. Thank you. I love you too. You said you stood your ground. Oh my God, the job. Yes, I stood my ground and walked away, period. The job, right? Respectfully, yes. Hey, Miss Jessie, I see you, baby. How are you? I see you, Miss Jessie. I see you. Miss Jessie, you gotta teach me how to play those games. I didn't come in last night because I didn't feel good, but I think I'm gonna have a game night when I go live one night so we could just kick it and have some fun, because sometimes the stuff I talk about is so heavy. So if I do some games, like a game night, we could really have a good time and just make it, a lot of fun. Thank you for the heart me. Yes, because we think we won't find better when we leave. Right. But trust, when you do, you will find better when you become better and walk. Absolutely. There you go, Becca. Becca, you preaching. I'm telling you. Somebody finna pass the plate to Becca, because really, it's like knowing where you are, what you need, and what you want. That is the way in which you find, the person that's for you. Like, you can't do this thing blind. You can't do it blind. Hey, Luna, I see you, baby. I see you. How are you, my love? I see you. Yes, it is knowing your worth, and it is constantly shifting and moving. Thank you, Luna, for the popular vote, baby. Thank you. It is constantly shifting and being refined, just like you. So your standard is here. This is what you said. I bring some lightweight to laughter and joy. I know. Listen, I love it. I love it, Coach Jessie. I do. I really, really do. Respectfully, yes. And so one of the things that we have to do, and this is for men and women, is we have to understand that sometimes we just go for the low-hanging fruit. That's what we do. Hold on, y'all. They gave me a flash goal. Okay, donuts. 12 gifters, donuts. 12 donuts in 12 different people, one donut each. Like, hi, Dr. Des. How are you? I see you, my love. Oh, my gosh. They killed me with this flash goal. I guess they said, let me get it in now. Let me get it in now. Yes. Thank y'all for the donuts. Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you. You waiting? Yeah, I'm waiting for 9 p.m. Oh, I know, right? But this is TikTok. It is what it is. I'm just trying to do it. I'm set for, I guess, Coach Jesse, as ready as I'm going to be. You know, like, I don't have power-ups and all of that. I guess I got to work on doing that next time. Oh, and it's Brandy Janae Beauty in 5 minutes. So we got to get ready. Oh, my God. I need all of y'all support. I need your support tonight for this battle. Oh my gosh. Dr. Des, I see you. Wait, why? Wait, why what? Hi, Leanne. How are you, baby? How you doing? Watching my first battle while watching a documentary with the rib. Yes, it's going down. And then we're going to do the panel discussion. Okay, 50% of the live is complete. Okay, Essence, donuts. Thank you, Essence. I'm here to support. Thank you, Leanne. Thank you, baby. You didn't do a... No, I didn't do a rose battle. I didn't do a rose battle. I was supposed to with Coach Chantel, but I never showed up, or I went to sleep is actually what I did. That's what I did. Hey, sis, I see you. Welcome in. There go my sis. She in the building. Chantel, you were waiting. Chantel, I didn't know. You know what? I didn't know. I had to take a nap today. And I didn't tell too many people. Well, some people knew. I was so dizzy yesterday that I took a nap. And I wasn't feeling good. So today, I took a nap. I needed to, because I've been doing a lot around my house. Thank you, Puddin'. Thank you, Malika. Y'all coming up in the room. So I had to lay down. And today, I don't get dizzy or lightheaded. And I thought maybe it was vertigo, but no, it wasn't vertigo because I felt better today, but I needed to lay down and I needed to rest. And so I said, Kim, lay your good little self down and just, relax today. So I didn't even know. Yeah, the napping one. Yeah. Oh, just chatted with, no, but Coach Chantel, I got to do better because I need to do whatever the thing is that you do, the rose battles in business. I need to do that, but I needed to take a nap today. I did. I've been getting up at like 5 something in the morning. And I have been doing things that I haven't done, and I cannot tell you when. And I've been trying to get my house in order, and a lot of work is getting done, and painting and all kinds of stuff. And I've been running until I get off of here at night, and I'm so exhausted. You said, what's going on with me? Who is that? Judy Ewards? Judy Ewards. Well, I feel better now because I got some rest, and I think that that's what I needed. And I wasn't eating because I was running around and I wasn't eating right. It's a whole big thing. So I just laid it down. That's what I did. I laid it down. Thank you, Lord. And I got some rest. So I'm here now, But I feel a little better. Yes. And I'm here. And even if I don't, last night I didn't get on because I wasn't feeling good. That's why I didn't get on last night. Yeah, so I'm here now. I'm here, and I'm like, okay, let me do what I came on here to do, and let me give a good word, and let's make it do what it do. I don't know what I have to do at 9 o'clock. I think everyone, please share the. Thank you, Coach Jesse. Thank you. Now, at 9 o'clock exactly, what are they going to do? 11K. Thank you. Okay, y'all want that Kimmy Shimmy? Y'all know how I give it up. I'm going to give y'all some shoulder tonight. Look, I'm going to do my shoulder. I'm giving y'all a Kimmy shimmy. Let's go. Yes, we gotta do a little shoulder. I think Dr. Daz is the one that said for me to give a little shoulder. I think that's what it is. Just a little shoulder. Oh, I'm in New York. I'm in New York. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I live in New York. You say, yes, that's it. Dr. Daz said that is it. But yeah, I want to talk about, well, the battle's about to start in less than 1 minute. I just have to wait for them to come, wait for 9 o'clock. Go to co-host and see the countdown. Okay, is that the rings? Oh, I don't. Oh, it's 8 seconds. It's 8 seconds. How does it say invite? The invite is not lit up. I don't know how to find it. Wait a minute. The invite is not lit up. Oh, it will? It'll light up? Thank you for the daily heart, me, Tanya. Thank you. Oh, after the countdown? Okay, so I'm going to the Unity rings. Okay, it's still not lit up. Maybe she's not on. Oh, God, kidnapped by the feds. Wants the co-host. No, that's not who I'm. I don't know. Wait, I gotta bring this down in order to see. No, it may be the settings like 8. I don't have 18 and up on. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you. Okay. I need 3 more donuts. But I don't have it on. It's 9:01 and I'm hitting those little rings. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. So now what do I do? The name is... Hold on. I'm going to tell you what the name... Thank you. Ooh. Okay. Let me tell you what the name is. Hold on. The name is Brandy Janae Beauty. Accept co-host invitation after 2110. Oh, I guess I gotta wait 10 minutes? I don't know. Thank you, y'all, for helping me reach my flash goal. Thank you. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. It says 2110. So what? That means I gotta wait 10 minutes? Oh, it just means wait. Okay. Y'all know I don't know. So in the meanwhile, let's continue on because I hate to be off topic. I mean, we can just have a good time, but we're going to do that after the thing. So the reasons why we sometimes choose less is this: fear of being alone or unloved. Thank you, Coach Chantel. Believing love has to be earned through sacrifice. Oh, you drive. Okay. Oh, you drive. Okay. You on your skateboard. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, my love. I see you. Childhood or past relationship patterns teaching you that this is as good as it gets. Somebody said that in the chat already. Because people believe that. Hey, Miss Treetop, how are you, my love? I see you, sis. How you doing? Yes. Why we sometimes choose less? Low self-worth, convincing you your needs are too much. Thank you, Darlene. Thank you. I appreciate you. Unwritten, unstoppable. I see you, baby. I see you. I see you. Good evening. Okay, wait a minute. I don't know why, Miss Treetop, it is canceling you out. I see you. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Trish. I see you, sweetheart. How are you? How are you? Y'all are so kind and loving towards me. I promise y'all are just amazing, and I appreciate y'all so much. I really do. I mean, my God, y'all are so dope. So why we sometimes choose less is rooted in our fear of being alone, our fear our fear of being alone or unloved, right? Or believing love has to be earned through sacrifice, right? We sometimes choose less because of childhood trauma, relationship patterns that teach you that this is as good as it gets. And that's crazy. The other thing is low self-worth, convincing yourself your needs are just too much. And that's nonsense. It is absolute nonsense. And so when you think about that, right, you begin to understand that that's part of the reason, the underlying undercurrent reason for why we make some of the decisions that we make. I'm going to check again and see if she's on. Accept co-host invitations after 2110. Okay, it still didn't come up. I'm going to go back and I'll check again. But yeah, it is very important for us to understand what's at the root of sometimes why we choose less, right? I see you, my widow girl. You talking my widow girl. Okay. Okay, Della Reese. Okay, my widow girl. Okay, I see you. Okay. So we're going to see how this thing works out. But I remember a time when I stayed in something that didn't feel right because I told myself at least they're here. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I think we've all done that to one degree or another, right? And so, y'all, one more time again. Thank you, K Della. I see you, baby. Thank you, baby. I'm a relationship coach. I've been a relationship coach for 15 years. While I have book knowledge, I talk from my experiences and what I've learned about myself over Oh, Miss Treetop! Wow, okay, the battle didn't start yet, Miss Treetop. Wait a minute. Thank you. I speak for, 20K. Okay, wait a minute. Y'all got me doing the Kimmy Shimmy. All right now. You see me, I'm going to start popping and locking over here. I don't speak from a place of just book knowledge. Things that I've read, things that I've studied about. I'm talking from a real place. Like, the reason why I know and always got my hand raised over here is because I didn't get it right before. That's why I can speak about it the way that I speak about it. Because I had to learn me. I had to learn to love me. I had to learn what I wanted and what I needed for my own life in order for me to get to where I wanted to be. And it wasn't an easy journey. It was messy and it was a lot of tears, right? So when I say why we choose less and I say fear of being alone or unloved, I've been there, right? Believing that love has to be earned. I've been there. Rooted in childhood trauma or past relationship patterns. I've been there. Low self-worth, convincing you your needs are too much and you didn't need all of that. I've been there. Me either. I messed up too. Didn't do my part. Absolutely. So if I'm not doing my part, but I expect that everything is supposed to be amazing. Hey, Madeline, I see you, baby. How are you? If I did not do my part, if I didn't check in with me. If I didn't know my value, if I didn't understand my worth, then I wasn't going to operate on all cylinders. I wasn't going to have the wisdom to do my due diligence. I thought, in my naivete, that people were just going to love me and that there was going to be this happily ever after. And it was all a lie. You know, right? He said, I've been there and done that too. Yes. Like nobody told you it was going to be hard or messy or that we were going to have to lean in order to work through some of the things and some of our own beliefs and ask ourselves, why do we believe it? Why do we believe it? Hey, sis, I see you. Why do we believe what we believe? What's really going on inside of us? Do we even question, like, how we ended up where we were? Where did it come from? Did it come from our watching our parents? Did it come from our environment in school? Did it come from our friends that we grew up with and their parents? Or did it come from your aunties, your uncles, your siblings, right? Spell her name. Oh, okay, hold on. It's Brandy with an I, Brandi, and then it's Janae, Jenae, and then it's Beauty. Miss Jessie, it says spell her name. We going to go get her. Listen, my sisters from the agency is all here representing, and I promise Miss Jessie is like, oh, I'm going to go find her. Let me find her. We're going to bring her up in the room. That is too funny because she got like a lot of people. I stopped trying to resuscitate something that wasn't meant to be a lie. I know. Ooh, I know that's right. The whole village. Yes, and Disney, you so silly. Yes. Yes, look, Miss Jessie is not playing. Sis is not playing. She said, let's go get her. But the reason why I think that this is so very important is like everybody, we're not a monolith. We all have different things that have, shaped us and turned us into who we are, right? And helped to mold us and shape us, right? But the real issue is to be honest with yourself about how you even got there to begin with. How did I keep finding myself in those same relationships over and over and over again? What was going on inside of me mentally, emotionally, and spiritually for me to get to this place, right? Where I felt like I was scared to be alone. Or I felt like just being with anybody was better than being with nobody. Hey, Patty V, I see you, baby. How are you? When do we get to the point that us accepting and dealing with less than was sufficient? Why did we do that? Right? Why did we do that? Oh my God, I felt that. Yes. And we accept a lot less than we deserve because we don't really understand that love is our birthright. And that's the truth. Like, we don't have to stay in those situations and circumstances. We can strive for something healthier. We can strive to have a better life, right? Okay, Kay Della says, looking for love in all the wrong places. Absolutely. And what is it that is inside of us that wants to do that? Right? And we can't, at some point, I know in our youth, we say, oh, I saw my aunt, my uncle, my cousins, my brother, my mother, my father. But part of our healing journey is to make a decision for our own lives that we want more. And no matter what your past was, and no matter what anybody has done to you, that you reclaim your power and you stand in your truth. And I know that is difficult to do because it's also painful to do, right? It's very painful to do. To stand in your own truth, to own your power at first, it's not easy. It is not. It's more tears than anything else, right? It's more, how in the world I keep allowing this to happen to me, and it breaks our heart. Hey, TJ, I see you, Coach TJ. How are you, my love? I see you. Correction, sorry, that wasn't Mount. That's okay, baby. Right? How did we get here? Like, what part of us was okay with that? What part of us was afraid to be alone? Hey, Jennifer. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, baby. Welcome in. Right? What part of us was okay? What part of us was okay with that? It feels like I'm the one being mean. Then once I do stand on choosing a healthy me, I want you to finish that. Everybody thinks you mean, or they think you flipping out, or you've lost your mind, or something's wrong with you, because you're standing on your truth finally. And it should feel really good to you. Hey, Lady Pink, I see you, baby. How are you? Y'all welcome sis into the room. Welcome, sis. I'm going to click on this little thing and see. She still did not come on. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Can I go live with somebody else? Coach Chantel. Hi, Peter. Peter is in the room. I see you. Coach Chantel, could I just choose somebody else to go live with? I mean, once I set my boundaries and stopped allowing it, I started to doubt. Am I mean? I start to doubt, am I mean? No, why? What would make you be mean? Because you standing in your truth and you set boundaries. It's like, okay, it's like a light switch. Once you've been hurt and know your boundaries and they choose to break, okay, and they chose to break them, I guess, would be, you're definitely not being mean. Check again. Okay, let me check right now. She's not, it's the invite is not lit up. Can I battle somebody else that's on? They act like I'm stopping it and not entertaining the provocation. Wait a minute, they act like I am for stopping it. Let me go back and read what you wrote, baby. Sis says, I mean, once I set my mind and stop allowing it, I start to doubt, am I mean? No, you're not. They act like I am for stopping it and not into. Oh, no. Yeah, but you're not. Don't listen to them. They want you to stay the same. They definitely want you to stay the same, because then they have the same, they can do whatever they want to do, right? So no, you're not mean at all, baby. You're for standing your ground and letting your no be no and your yes be yes. That's important. You are reclaiming your life. You're saying absolutely not, no more. I'm making a decision that you cannot cross these boundaries. And I don't care if you like it or you don't. Yep, that is her name. That is her name, except there's spaces in between. But that's her name. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm checking again. It's still no invite. It's not lit up. So she didn't show. Now, let me ask you a question, Miss Jessie. Oh, she said be right back. Okay. 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 So, can I go and battle somebody else? Coach Chantel, can I go battle someone else? Forever is in the building. If it's scheduled, I think you have to wait a period of time. Oh, okay. Okay. Because they told me to wait 10 minutes, but it's 18 minutes. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. You know, you know our sister's over there looking. She looking for her like, where is she at? But she may not even be online. I don't know why people sign up for stuff if they not going to be a no-show. But then Dr. Lisa talked about that. You can always do a random battle, but you want someone who is in your league or lower. Ah, got you. Okay. In my league or lower. Okay. I see a lady on, she got 34 people in her room, but I don't know if I could do that now. I was trying to wait and see if I can do it. But it says I can invite. That's lit up. Their little red invite button is lit up. You can always do, okay. So I don't know, y'all. I just thought this thing was going to go smooth and, you know, she was going to pop on and we was going to do this thing and I can get it over and done with. Go for it. Dr. Des said go for it. Okay, let me invite her. Let me see what happens. I'm doing Lady T. Oh, okay, she didn't accept it. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Mecca 1973. Let's see. Nope, it went right back to invite. Well, y'all, no battle tonight, I guess. It's showing me who she can't compete with you. Well, okay, guys, I don't know. Hey, Melinda, I see you come flying in the room. I see you come flying in the room. I never have on my 18 and over thing, though. I don't know what happened. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, baby. Let me see. They are not live. Okay, they may not accept it. Yeah, they didn't. They didn't accept it. All right. Well, I tried and I tried twice. Who's this? Okay. All right. Miss Jessie, I'm accepting you. Go ahead, baby.
It's me, friend. Okay, so, I am tired. But yeah, okay, so I've been like all over the place, but no, they're not live. It looked like they never came live tonight. So, that's why I wanted to confirm that I got the right name because I've been trying to find Social Nana's person all night, and so hers didn't come through either. So, yeah. So if you want to battle somebody else, um you can just go into the co-host and find a random person if you want to still battle, or you can just
That's
move
okay.
with the rest of your
We
night.
finna we finna enjoy this a wonderful and amazing Friday evening, Coach Jesse.
Okay.
That's what we gonna do. We gonna enjoy one another. We gonna have some laughs. We gonna have a good time. That's what we about to do. I'm not even gonna stress over it. It's
Okay.
okay. It is
No
okay.
problem.
Yes. Thank you, my love. I
Okay, you're
appreciate you,
welcome.
sis.
Sure, no problem.
All right,
All
baby.
right. All right, have a good night, love.
Okay, sweetie. All right. Oh, okay.
Do you know how to let me down, or
Uh
shall
huh. Look, I'm learning, y'all. I'm learning. So, hey, Melinda. Thank you, Malika. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, let's move right on along. Why, the question would be, y'all, why do or why did we sometimes choose less? Oh, thank you, Coach Chantel. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody. Thank you for the hand heart. Thank you for the October. Oh my God, Coach Chantel reached level 14. Let's go. Okay, now, Coach Chantel. Oh, thank you, baby, for the hand heart. Thank you. Y'all just love it on me. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. Hey, Hassan K. I see you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Coach Chantel. She just became the title gifter of the hand heart. Thank you, baby. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Mystery Top. Thank you. Thank you for the galaxy. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my God. Y'all are so amazing and dope. Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna bring y'all up. I'm gonna bring people up. Let's talk about it. Because we need to heal the parts of us that chose less and that was so comfortable with that. Anybody that want to come up, I'm going to bring up my normal. I got to bring up my SETI said. I got to, wait a minute, wait a minute. Where's my, okay, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Um, hold on. We finna have a real conversation, y'all. We finna have a real conversation. If anybody wants to come, where's my Dr. Yolanda? I don't see, oh. I was looking for you, Dr. Yolanda. Yes. So, Coach TJ, where are you? We're going to have a real conversation, y'all. I hope y'all ready. I hope y'all ready. Why, SETI said, I'm starting with you. Why do you think people sometimes choose less from a male perspective?
Well, I would say maybe they was never taught they deserve more,
Mm,
or because they never saw no more than what they ever seen.
right,
And when you have
right.
maybe, and when they only been around people who they seen relationships where people have settled, that's all they saw. They never saw anything was called healthy. They never experienced that stability part.
Yes.
And so when you don't see something that you're looking for, you don't think in your mind that it exists, that you believe it for yourself, or it doesn't, or it exists.
Yeah.
And when there's a missing voice within yourself that you don't believe about, you don't see yourself as worthy. Well, you always find someone in that same has that same unworthiness mindset, and you think you both gonna make each other whole.
Mm,
But kind of find out, one a half a person, another half a person doesn't make a whole. You just a quarter of each other. That's trying to
mm,
make that only making up a half.
mm. That's good, SETI said. That's good. Listen, Tracy, we're gonna call her Coach Tracy because Coach Tracy be putting it down.
I'm here.
Oh, you want to join? Okay. Go ahead, my love. Why do we sometimes choose less? Here's Reese.
Well, I think that we choose less again because we think that's all we deserve. When we don't truly know ourselves and we think that we're not enough, then we often choose people who are not enough either. So, I mean, honestly, yeah. So, one thing that we have to look at is why do we think we don't deserve more than what we're getting? And a lot of people don't ask themselves this question. Um, they don't think that they are worthy of any more than what they're getting. And then those people that come to fruition that, hey, I deserve more than this because I am enough, when they come to that realization, then it creates problems.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people are not problem solvers and they avoid conflict. So, in the avoidance
Yeah.
of conflict, A lot of people will stay in that less than relationship just because, one, hey, I have somebody, I'm not by myself. Two, I don't want to create any friction. I don't want to have any issues. So I'm not going to say anything about how I feel that my needs aren't being met. I'm just going to do everything I can to meet their needs. And in reality, you're depleting yourself. You're giving of yourself, but you're not getting filled up. And that's not sustainable in any relationship. And that's
Yes.
why a lot of those people end up with either some type of mental health issues, such as, depression or anxiety. A lot of times, some of those people become suicidal. Not all the time, but sometimes they do. They become suicidal because their needs have not
Okay,
been
that's
met.
one of the words you can't say
Oh, that's
on
right. I'm sorry.
TikTok.
That's right. I forgot.
No,
I'm
that's
sorry.
okay. Your degree
Um,
was talking. I know.
yeah. So they became, where they want to harm themselves, um, and they have to come to the realization that, or once you come to the realization that you are enough, then and that you deserve better, then you choose better.
Yeah.
So people think that love is painful. Like Sadie said, you have to look at their environment. How were they raised? What kind of relationships were
Right.
they around? And some of these people were around relationships that were not good relationships. They were harmful
Right.
relationships. They were not healthy. And so with that, they think that, hey, love, this is what love looks like. But in reality, that is not what true love looks like.
Right. 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 Dr. Des says I did that in my marriage. We're divorced now. Reese, hold on. I'm trying to. I can't. You gotta request it, Reese, because for some reason it's not allowing me to see you in the guest business, and I don't know why.
But she comes in
I don't know why.
but she comes in incognito. So she probably gotta go out and come back in.
Oh, okay. Thank you for the daily heart, me, Coach TJ. It starts at home. Love hurts, seen but not heard. Yeah, cause Reese, I can't let you up. I don't know why. It's not even showing me you. I don't know what you're doing. She be incognito. Oh, I'm sorry, incognito.
Yeah,
Okay,
there she go.
okay,
Maybe to show up. You're not
okay.
gonna be
So
able to
let me
bring.
see.
You got a request because she comes in
Oh, you
the way
gotta
she comes in.
request it. Oh, you gotta request it, Reese. You gotta request. Thank you, Dewana. Thank you, baby. Dewana, I'm so happy that your granddaughter is okay, my love. Thank you for the daily heart, me. Thank you. It's the little people down at the bottom. The little thing that look like two people are red and blue people. You see it, Reese? Okay. Okay. Hey, Batman. Reese, do you see it?
She might have to reboot her phone.
Oh. Oh, I wanted her to come up too.
Reboot your
I
phone, or
really
Reese.
wanted her to
Sometime
come
in.
up. Okay, so now, okay, hey, Coach TJ, I see you. Why we sometimes choose less? Why do you think people do that, Dr. Yolanda?
Uh, I believe that they do it because they trauma bond, and the way they was raised. A lot of times, we was raised a certain way. Hey, go get with that person because they got a good job, this, that, and the other, and they know that person's not a good person. or you in the get go, you know. But that's how they did it back in the days.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, so lack of unlearned
Yeah.
behavior.
Right. 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 And Coach TJ, why we sometimes choose less? Why do we do that? Why do you think we do that?
Um, First of all, hello everybody. Um,
Hey.
Second of all, I think because of how we view ourselves. I think you choose based on how you see you. And if you don't see yourself as much, then you don't expect or you won't choose as much. I think sometimes we don't want to be challenged. When you're comfortable, you know, you don't want to be challenged, you don't want to grow, you choose accordingly. And so that's my answer. Or yeah, that's my answer.
Okay. All right. All right. And what are, because I think everybody up here, you can either talk about your own personal experiences, or you can talk about it from a professional place. Um, what is what's one tip that you would give someone who's relearning how to get back out here in life and in their relationships? What's one piece of advice you would give them?
Check in with yourself and be honest with yourself where you at. Don't lie.
Agreed. Agreed. Agreed.
And the reason why I say that is because sometimes people think they're ready and they're not. And they were trying to find someone they can build like that person is a rental property.
Mm,
And they trying to build somebody in the image, what they vision, what they need.
mm,
And you can't do that because it's unfair to that person. So check in with yourself, make
wow.
sure you're ready to get back out there. And I think
Yeah.
the way to do it, get around some people that knows you, that really know who you are outside yourself. And those kind of people will tell you and let you know where you're at.
I agree with that. I wholeheartedly agree with that. I legitimately do. I think you need to be around people who not scared to tell you the truth.
See, you the
And
type of
because
person, because see, you the kind of person that even though I don't know you on that kind of level, but in the
yeah,
same time, I say, know what? I can call Kim, and I know if I share this with Kim, Kim gonna read me. She gonna hear because she's an active listener, and she gonna be
yeah,
listening to certain words and certain things I say to tell me whether I'm ready or not. Because
yes.
I know Kim gonna be pew pewing straight from the hip,
Right,
and
right,
she's not gonna lie to me.
right,
She gonna tell me the truth. That's why I say that.
right, right, right. You have to be, yes, K Della, that's the truth. You also have to be ready to hear, be ready for correction, right? To receive correction. Absolutely. Correct. However, some people want to keep where you are because they're comfortable. Absolutely. Somebody posted that in the chat a little bit ago. You have to know for yourself too. Hey, Diverse, I see you, baby. How are you? You have to know for yourself too. Lady Pink says, stop trying to build what you need in someone else and build what you need to be. Ooh, that's a word. Did y'all hear that word? That was a word right there.
Yeah, and
Stop trying to build what you need in someone else and build what you need to be.
that's the
Hello, that part.
that's the part I was getting at.
That's it right there. Yeah, that was a mic drop. Blessed Juanita. Yes, it was. That's good. That's some good stuff because we look at trying to build everything with other people and don't build it within ourselves, and that's why the structure always topples over because not from a place of being selfish, but from a place of understanding what you need and building the structure in you first. Like it's like you gonna go to the gym so somebody else can lose weight. No, you go to the gym so you can lose weight, right? And exercise, get your not even for the weight, but you go, to get yourself together, right? Thank you, Seti said. I see you. Thank you. I think that is like way, way important because a lot of people lose their way. They lose their way in that, right? Because it's like, oh, I want to build up this relationship. No, build yourself up first. Set up your standards first, right? Can y'all tell me from a personal perspective, what was the cost for you for choosing less? Because there's a cost.
I can say myself. Myself was the cost. Like I lost myself. I lost respect for myself. I lost feeling worthy of being the person I was. Like I felt like I was grieving because I was no longer the strong, independent, intelligent person that I started out in the relationship. I had become
Right.
a person who, and I'm outspoken, but I had become someone who was like a mouse, would not say anything because in fear of, okay, this is going to end up in an argument. I don't care how I say it, it's going to be an argument. I can choose the sweetest words and sprinkle flowers all over them, and it still would end up in an argument. And so I became quiet, didn't say a thing, would let him initiate the conversations. And I would just piggyback on whatever he said, or or yeah, okay, whatever. No real in-depth communication out of the fear of having the argument. But that can only, and it lasted for years. Let me say this, it lasted for years until I got to the point where I was depressed. I was like, oh my God, what is going on? And I realized I really had to lean on God to get me up out of that situation. And two, like Dr. Yolanda said, I did feel like it was a trauma bond because when this person and myself initially got together, they had just got a divorce and moved to a new city. I had got a divorce. And but I had a child and ended up, we actually met over the phone, and what we talked about was our relationships. That's what we bonded over. Oh, how we were done so wrong in our relationships. And that is how we connected. But that type of connection is not sustainable long term.
It's not.
No, it's not.
The
And
enemy of your enemy is my friend.
yes, pretty much. Pretty much. And so it got to the point where, yeah, so after you've bonded over that kind of stuff, and that's the essential element that has held you together, at some point that is no longer the topic of the conversation. So now what are you going to talk about? What are you going to do?
Right.
How are you going to kind of make this thing stick together? Well, my way of making it stick together, it came to the point where then I was like, oh man, now I see why these relationships didn't last. Oh man, oh no, you don't want to give. You're headstrong, but I blame myself because I told you what I was worth, and that's what you gave me. You gave me what I told you I was worth. So we have to make sure that we are sending the right messages from Jump Street.
Yes.
You see the red flags, don't ignore them. Don't ignore them. Because when the red flags are coming, a fire is going to come somewhere behind it.
Yes. 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 That is That is nothing but the truth. What you just said. It's so important to acknowledge that. Most people don't even do that deep of an introspection. They be like, no, they were just jacked up. But it was a rebound relationship for both of you.
Exactly.
And just sharing your wounds and all of that. That's the thing. Like, I'm trying, I think we have to sometimes be careful about getting involved with people who are grieving the loss of their marriage or their previous relationship. I've had a guy tell me, oh, Kim, when I get a divorce, and, I said, it won't be because of me. I said, holler back in about 3-4 years when you healed from the damage of you getting a divorce, because I'm not getting caught up in that. I
Right.
mean, we're friends, we cool, but I said, no, never. I'm
Right.
not doing that. I'm not signing up for it, because I realize that when people are on the rebound from relationships, and don't get me wrong, I've been foolish in my previous younger years, and so now that's an automatic no for me. You just, even he didn't end up divorcing his wife. He stayed with his wife,
Mm-hmm.
but he kept looking at me as if I was the greener grass, and I said, I'm not the greener grass. I just have no. I don't want, like, I don't care if you don't take out the garbage because you're not my husband, but I would care. I would be just like your wife. Go back home, make it work, right? I'm not interested in that, right? Same way you get them is the same way you're going to lose them. I don't want that for my life, right? But the other part is people think the grass is greener on the other side. I'm a woman too. And if you treat me the way that you treated her, and I don't have to be there to know how you're treating her, I'm watching how you trying to move forward with me without having your business in alignment. And that's why I know, oh, well, I'm going to get a divorce. I said, okay, well, check me out 3 years after that, because I ain't fooling
Right.
with you. His wife passed away, but then now you got a whole nother set of grief,
Right.
right? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So we have to know what's okay and what's not, and we can't go past our own boundaries,
Right.
We can't.
And so
There is abundance of wisdom, of wise counsel. There is victory. Yeah.
so
Go
the
ahead.
I would say the one piece of advice I would give to anyone who is in that situation, how do you know when you're ready to move on? I would say two things actually. But the first thing, when you're happy with yourself,
Oh,
you have to be happy with yourself.
yes.
That's number one. Happy with yourself, and with being happy with yourself, that means you've done the work to heal. Okay, so you have to do the work to heal. And three, you know who you are supposed to lean on, and leaning on God. God should be the head of your life and not any man or any woman. And when he's first, everything else will fall into order. I truly believe that. Everything else will fall into order.
Yes.
So, but you have to be happy with
Yes.
yourself. If you're not happy with yourself, or there's a false pretense, oh, somebody's making you happy. They're not making you happy, honey. They're not. They're not.
Yes. 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 Agreed. 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 Dr. Yolanda, one piece of advice.
I was typing. One piece of advice would be what's that T word we talked about this morning? If you know you have you suffer, if you know that you're suffering from broken heart syndrome, go and heal.
Mm.
Go heal.
Well, see, broken heart syndrome, that leads to unaliving.
Right.
You
That's why I said
don't really usually, people don't usually recover from that. They don't usually recover from that. It's a real thing. We were talking about that this morning on the prayer call. Dr. Yolanda did a reading that was absolutely fire. Um, and it is when you lose somebody in your life and you so grieve, people don't realize how it shows up in their bodies, in their physical bodies. Well, usually when that happens, it's like it looks like a pot. It's a it's a real thing. It's called broken heart syndrome. If y'all Google it, you would see what I'm talking about. But the reason why this is so important is because a lot of people are hurting so bad. God, that their heart is like it literally breaks. It literally breaks. I suffered from that when I lost two sisters back to back. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But people don't always make it out of that because it changes, literally changes the shape of the heart, and then you start getting all kinds of problems. It's a big thing. A divorce is devastating to mind, body, and soul and spirit. It could take a minimum of 7 years to recover. I almost didn't had a yes. It happened to my husband's mother when his sister was on. Okay, yep, 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 and then all of a sudden, just yes, they end up on the lot shortly after one another. Yes, absolutely. It's a real thing. And so, like, just thinking about that, Dr. Yolanda, go on with your comment, baby. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're great. You're great. I just feel like that. Once you know, because people know, they just don't. They don't be in touch with themselves enough to pause to get to healing.
Yes,
You
yes,
know,
I get it.
C said he don't think we can heal outside of ourselves. We need to be connected and seek professional therapy.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I didn't see it. No. You can heal with the Lord, the Holy Spirit. I don't I don't know how well we do outside of that. I've never tried it. Coach TJ, what's the one thing? What's the one thing? What's one piece of advice you would give?
Don't be anxious, because when you're
Amen.
anxious, you forget about your boundaries. You ignore that inner knowing that's telling you no. So don't be anxious just to have somebody in your life. Want somebody who's aligned with you. So that's what I would say, because anxiousness will have you making decisions that ain't got nothing to do with what you want. Like honestly, what you desire deep within. Not that you just want someone. You don't just want a body, right? And
Yes.
so don't even scripture tells you be anxious for nothing. So don't be anxious. That's what I would say.
Amen. Amen. I love that. I love that. I love the fact that you say that. Look for someone with similar values. Oh my God. Yes, right? Bless Juanita. Yes. Absolutely. Yes. And the Holy Spirit with yes, the Holy Spirit with professional help and therapy. Wait a minute. Let me see. Are not mutually exclusive to process it all. See, unlike. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a big stressor. I'm not saying don't go to therapy. I'm saying the Holy Spirit can help you. Everybody may not need to go to therapy. I had to go to when my mom passed away. What's the groups that you go to? What do they call bereavement groups? I had to go there. I was really down. Yeah. So I went to a bereavement group and I think I went like twice before the super flu came through here in 2020 and wreaked havoc, right? COVID. But yeah, yeah. I needed to go to some sort of something, and I needed grief counseling. I said grief counseling. Yeah, grief counseling. Yeah, yeah. I needed to go. You are the medicine. It's your thinking that needs to change. I love that. I love that. I love that. Yeah, yeah. Because it's not easy. So I needed to go through that process. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with therapy, but it's God who held me. It's God who kept me. If I could be honest, it wasn't me and my own strength. It wasn't a therapist who had the right, because you'll be in therapy for 50 years. And I'm not trying to be funny, and they won't move you forward if that's not who they are. And I'm just being honest. Thank you, Joanna. Thank you. They won't move you forward. You can sit there and they'll keep your appointment every week on Wednesday at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and they'll just do what they got to do, how they do it, but they won't tell you how to move forward. How do I move forward? That is the question. Thank you, Dewana. Thank you, baby. You understand? Okay, who is, wait, hold on. Yeah, and then you get, okay, Bless Juanita's coming up. All right. Hey, Bless Juanita. I see you, baby.
Hey, Sunshine, how are you doing? Hi, everyone.
Hi. Amazing. Go ahead. You wanted to say something?
Yes, ma'am. Pretty much your topic touched my heart because it is something that I went through and is currently going through, and a lot of what Miss Tracy was saying, combined with everyone and what Coach TJ just said. Wow, that's true. Not settling or just having a body or just someone there, you have really got to be careful with that, because in this day and time people will fool you. They will trip up on you, and you have got to be strong. Earlier, I guess that was Dr. Yolanda who said about the trauma bonding. That took me way back. I'm just gonna be transparent with my own story. Like when me and my husband first got together, of course we were friends first, but exactly what you all were saying is, what are you connecting? What are you bonding to? And literally, we both were
Yeah, that was
bonding to
Tracy.
trauma. And I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know because I was young. I was 23, so we were married 26 years. But oh my God, everything that has been said, I sense it now. I'm still in my transition, my transformation, and my healing period. Although he passed away last August, it's like the more I've been listening to your live and when on with Dr. Yolanda, and it just starts making sense that I am still in a healing period. And then also when you were saying about you have to have someone who is going to shoot pew pew it straight to you. I have 3 people. My daughter is 26, but she will tell me. I have a cousin who's my best friend also. She will tell me. And then I have Dr. Yolanda. She would definitely tell me. And I love it that I have those 3 in my corner that are going to tell me, hey, you're not ready. And at one point I thought I was.
Yes.
I wasn't. I
Yeah.
have to be honest. I was not ready. And still not ready, because there was so much that I went through. But I was going to say, I had to be hospitalized on last year, actually around this time. And there was a tech who came in, older lady, real sweet. They kept trying to find things, etc. But I felt like, okay, there's something going on. There's something wrong with me. And at first they were like, fluid, etc. But it was something else that was going on, and I didn't know what it was. So, they run all the tests, etc. But the tech, when I first got up to the floor, the lady told me, she said, baby, she said, you're going to find out why you're here. I didn't know what she meant on day one, but I guarantee you, Dr. Kim, I knew what she meant on day 7. After I had to go through the process. You know, sometimes, as they say, God will lay you on your back where you only gonna have him and you. And when it's just you and the Father, that's it right there. And I talked
Yeah.
to him, I called out to him, and I just gave it all to him, and he spoke to me. By day 7, when they came in there, they didn't find anything. Whatever they thought they saw,
Really?
whatever they thought they were looking for, it was gone. And from then on, my whole life changed. Like I had more joy, I had more peace. That lady, I didn't see her anymore until day 7. She came in there and I told her, I said, I'm going home. And she told me, she said, yes, baby. She said, you know, you going home. She said, you're going home with a different thought process. She said, you're more
My God.
happier. She said, you've lost weight in here. She said, you've taken off some things. Where they say, when we take off, you know, the old man and put on the new man. So I put on that new man. And so I said, you know what? I'm in my transformation period. And so I feel better. I'm more peaceful now. I have more joy now and I smile more and my thought process is more different. So everything, all the baggage that I had from those 26 years, that weight is off. It's removed. And so just to fast forward, when you were asking, do we know what to look for now? I guarantee you I do. I know the questions to ask now, you know, who I want to have access to me, etc. So I just wanted to say that I've embraced everything, even the things that were in the comments, has really helped me. So I thank you all. Thank you all for that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. Because that's good. I'm glad. You know what's funny? I shared with y'all before that after my mother passed, I literally got like 3 ulcers and I got very, very sick. It was because I was holding on to a lot of things that I needed to let go of. And I wasn't ready and I didn't know it was going to cause me to get sick. But that caused me to stop holding on to stuff, if that makes any sense, right? But I had to begin to understand how things begin to manifest in my body as a direct result of what I am thinking. And so when you said a whole lot of, like the lady said, you lost weight, it wasn't just the physical, the physical weight. It was a
Right.
mental and emotional weight, and which I think is
Yes.
so amazing. Hello, hello, just be real. I see you, baby. And I think that it's really important to understand. That's why we were talking about the syndrome, the broken heart syndrome, and how your thoughts and yes, thank everybody for the gifts. Y'all are amazing. I'm just trying to listen and not talk over people. But thank you all for the gifts. Thank you for the October pumpkins. I appreciate y'all. The reason why this is so serious and important is because even when you're angry, even when you're aggravated, even when you're giving somebody else the business, hey, Fashawn, I see you, baby. And no matter how, it's your reaction, it's what you hold on to that makes a difference in your life. And so people are leaving here at young ages over stuff, diseases, and all manner of foolishness in their bodies, rooted in what they're thinking about and the heavy weight of what they carry. And so it's just something that we were talking about on the prayer call this morning, because I know that God wants us to release it so we can get to the better version of ourselves, so we can get over all of the things that have broken us and made us feel small and insignificant. Like, that's part of the reason why we keep choosing less is because there's a part of us that feels small and insignificant, that haven't asked the question, what do I want and what do I need for my life? And so it's unfortunate that it takes you to have your back up against the wall, be in the hospital, go through some sickness or some illness to realize, wait a minute, I got to get up from here. There's something that I need to do. I need to shift and I need to change because this is not working for me. And think about, why am I so angry? Why am I upset? What is going on, in my mental that is causing my physical body to go through this level of stress? Why do I keep choosing less? And it all comes back to you. It all comes back to you, right? And so that's why every night I get on, I know people's hearts are broken. I know that people have been divorced, cast aside, people are separated, people have been disrespected and all manner of foolishness. But the reality is, it's not the violations that happened. It's real. It's a fact. That's what somebody did to you. It's true. But your focus has got to be on, I never want that to happen to me again. So how do I shift the narrative? By changing the way that I do business within myself. That's the only way to change it, right? Our mindset, like you said, bless Juanita, our mindset has got to be changed, right? The way we view ourselves has got to change, right? You say, yes, man, bad company. Oh, at Tracy. Oh, okay. Love that. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. I was trying to read the comments. Okay. But y'all get what I'm saying? Like, all of that affects us. Us fussing somebody out affects our blood pressure. Us trying to control everything affects our blood pressure. Us not allowing God's will to move on in our life, us not surrendering our will over and saying, God, I don't want to do this like this anymore. Make me over. It's me, Lord. It's me standing in the need of prayer. Like, all jokes aside, it's as much as it is about the infraction that somebody did or the violation, it is really about you changing your mind and making better choices for your own life. That's what it boils down to in a nutshell. I don't want to go through this again. Well, really, prove it. Shift who you deal with. Because people talk a good game, but they still repeat the same behaviors. I'm just saying.
Can I?
Sean said, I've surrendered. Thank you, God. Yes, it requires that, my love. Go ahead. Somebody was going to say something?
Yeah, I was. And and the reason why, like when you at that moment, bless Juanita, when you thought you was ready, I knew she wasn't, because the behavior. Because we've been friends for a long time. We work together, and you know how you could just tell. You can just tell. But my main thing was like, oh, don't pump the brakes because of cupcakes. I know how much her daughter loves her and how protective. Sometimes our children are very protective, and
Yes.
when they see nonsense, they'll react. And we never want to put our children in a situation to have to react. And I know
Yes.
Cupcake will react. You know what I'm saying? I know her daughter really will react.
Right. 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 Tracy, you said it, baby. That isn't exactly. Like, you really, really nailed it with that. Tracy said those patterns are difficult to break, especially when you think you're right. Absolutely. And that's why you need other people in your life to be like, yeah, you are tripping. And I love you, but that is unacceptable, your behavior. And I know you don't like what they did or said, but it's not them, it's you. And I think a lot of people struggle with that. And I'm not trying to throw shade on anybody, because that's not necessary. I think the realization, what hurts us so much, is when we really begin to realize that we've been throwing dirt on our own selves. And that's painful. That's painful.
And Kim, since
It's
we have,
Subo. Takotsubo. I'm sorry. That's the name of the broken heart syndrome.
oh,
Go ahead. I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry. Yeah, since
Takotsubo.
we had mentioned trauma bonding a few times, and I don't know if people realize that there are several steps to trauma bonding. Like the first one is love bombing. You're getting all of this attention. Nothing you do is wrong. You're just the greatest thing ever, you know. And then after that is trust and dependency. So these things, the stages are slowly building. And so now the other person, is basically saying things that will allow you to trust them, and also doing things so that you would be dependent upon them. So that's where that trust and
Yes.
dependency part comes in.
Absolutely.
And then after that, because I realized, I'm like, darn, I went through every last one of these stages.
Mm-hmm.
Criticism. But now you've been love bond, they've gained your trust, you're dependent on them, and now the criticism comes. Now all of a sudden you can't do anything right. Now there's a name calling. Now,
Wow.
you may speak in your sweet voice, and they say, "Oh, why you raising your voice at me?" So now, it's just a whole bunch of different things. So now things are begin to shift now,
Oh
and
wow.
they're starting to devalue you as a person, not just as a person, but as a partner in that relationship. So after that, it becomes the manipulation and the gaslighting. The gaslighting, oh my God, if I could think, it's not me, it's you. It's the gaslighting, manipulation, oh my gosh. So now what they're doing, y'all, I mean, and this is really emotional abuse. It really is emotional abuse. They are using
Mm-hmm.
tactics.
Mm-hmm.
They begin to question you about the things you say, about the things that you do, and the questions, they are very like misleading questions. They're questions that even if you gave the right answer, they don't believe you.
Mm.
So they're blaming you for situations or for things that went wrong in their life. So they have no accountability for the what's going on in their own life. Now they blame you. They had a bad day at work and it's your fault because, oh, you didn't get up and make me lunch this morning. So it's your fault I had a bad day at work. It's the craziest thing. And then it's resignation and giving up. So in this stage, now the person has become like they're getting tired. They've gone through all these things. They're tired, and now you begin to be quiet. You begin to be reserved. You begin to stay to yourself because you want to appease the abuser. How about that?
Mm.
Now, what did I say? I lost myself. So now you have lost
Mm.
yourself.
Mm.
You have
Mm.
no sense of self, none whatsoever, because your power has been given to somebody else. You have given away your power. Now, you have the opportunity to get out of this cycle. You get out of it, but guess what? You go right back into it because you have not learned to break that pattern yet. So it's going to be a
Yes.
continuous cycle until you learn strategies and tools to break the pattern, until you learn who you are again and begin to love yourself, begin to tell yourself that, yes, I am enough. Yes, I don't need to go through this. I don't have to deal with this. And you're able to move on with your life in a positive way.
Yes.
I went through every last
Yeah.
one of those stages, but didn't realize it. You don't realize it when you're in it.
That part of
Yeah.
it, Tracy.
Yeah.
That is it. And that everything you just said was like the last 5 years. And I was about to say, was this lady in my house? Yes.
You said, was she in my house? Was she a fly on the
Yo,
wall?
fly on
Right.
the wall. I'm gonna look up those stages because that is so real. Yes, ma'am.
No, and it's true. Oh my gosh.
If he says that if someone say they have a bad day at work because you didn't make them lunch, that'll let you know that
Mm,
person lack emotional safety within themselves because they had no self.
yes. Yes. And what's crazy is even when they do all of that, the question still comes back to what part of me didn't see this? What part of me was okay with this? Right? And when I saw it, why didn't I move? The emotional abuse is a real thing. The mental and emotional, I watched this story. I don't know whether it was on social media or not, where the guy kept telling his wife, like the wife would put something down in the kitchen and the husband would be near her and he would move it. And she would say, I know I just put this down here. And he would be like, I didn't see you put anything down. She's like, no, because I just walked from the room and I put it down and I just went and it's not here. And he'd be like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Like, and he would do that to her so often it made her feel like she was losing her mind. You understand? Like, so he would do it to her, and that was abusive, right? And I watched this, and somebody was telling the story about it, but it's so funny because so many people, the cruelty and the diabolicalness of it all, it's like, so you want your wife to think that she's out of her ever living mind, right? Why? What is the point of doing that? Manipulation. Yes, it's toxic. It is. Like your wife knows that she came in here and she put down this can of whatever in the kitchen. She walks out to go get something else, comes back, the can is gone. She's like, wait a minute. He's like, no, you didn't put nothing. I've been sitting here the whole time, making this lady think she was actually losing her off her gourd. And so my thing is, you have to stay like diligent to make sure that somebody's not manipulating you, that somebody is not trying to mentally and emotionally terrorize you on the low. Like, how crazy is that? It is crazy, but it really is, said he said. You know,
You said
uh, uh-huh. Go ahead,
you
Dr.
said
Yolanda.
why we don't notice it because we can be really spiritually blind.
Yeah, yeah. Agreed.
But you know,
Agreed.
I once dated someone, and that's when I started. That's when after that I was like, well, really before that, that's when I stopped playing games. I dated someone. We sitting on the couch, and my phone is steady going off. Like I had it like by the fireplace. I go look at it, the phone will stop. Sit back down, the phone. And one day, the tablet was left, and I looked. I'm like, this is the same number that was calling me. I'm like, how sick can a person be? So you sitting next to me and you calling my phone. So you want to see what kind of reaction? That's not funny. That's sick. That's sick. And
And
that's when I
and so
started.
you have to be
And I was
careful.
like,
Not everybody is like that, but you have to be careful. Go ahead, Dr. Yolanda. I apologize.
no, no, you good. And that's when I realized that one day I was just like, you know what? I gotta let you go because you those are games. Those are mind games. I already have a stressful job, and then I gotta deal with something like this. You just playing games, childish, and I can't deal with it.
Wow.
I don't use the word bye, but I had to say bye.
Right.
That means because buy me forever. So I'm like
Right.
bye. That was forever for real because you literally would have me getting up off the couch and looking at the phone knowing doggone well you the one that's calling me. Why?
That don't even make no sense.
No one said. So, you
Yes,
say,
I said that last night, Lady Pink. I said that last night. Um, Seed
so,
said, "Who wants to come home to something as wicked as that? Life is crazy as it is." Yeesh. Exactly. I don't know anybody who has time, but some people really are diabolical. They really are. And you don't know because you're looking for your pink shirt or you're looking for your blue shirt and they taking it and moving it knowing you were looking for it. Or you just put it down and now you running all over the house looking, wait a minute, where did I just put that shirt at? I only went from here to the bathroom, but maybe I put it in the kitchen. You running around looking for the shirt. It is diabolical. And I don't know why people do things like that, but that's not even funny. Because after a while, you just feel like you just feel like it's something wrong with you.
oh, I knew it wasn't nothing wrong with me.
No, I got you.
Once I picked the
Enough to make
tablet
you
up,
snap. Yeah.
once I picked the tablet up and saw it, I was like, oh, okay, I see what you on. Oof.
Right. We not doing that. Right. 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 Tell me, okay, so why do people, in your humble opinion, feel like they rather stay in the relationship that they're in, even though it's not great, as opposed to starting all over again? What advice would you give them?
I had
Did I
someone
say that right?
I had someone to tell me they choose not to leave because what they invest. And I asked them, are they getting anything back on their return? I said by the time you did
Are we
all the
talking?
I said by the time you did all the investing, count up all the investment in all your loss compared to what you earned, I guarantee you in a deficit.
Yes.
I says
Yes.
it's better to start over than trying to start over in somewhere you not wanted. I said because
Yes.
you're never gonna get back what you invested. I don't care if it's money, love,
Right.
I don't care what it is, you're never gonna get it back. You're
Right.
gonna continue to lose. So I asked them, what is it that you think that you're gonna get in return? The answer
Yes.
was, I want them to choose me. But if they ain't chose you now, they're
Mm.
never gonna choose you.
That's the truth, said. Say that.
If they never chose you from the beginning, they never going to choose you. They came into your life without ever choosing you from the beginning. They just made you a parking space.
Mm. 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 A holding place.
That's all they did. And you allowed them to be you. You allowed them to you allow them to make you a parking space where they can come and park anytime they want without having to pay,
Mm.
without having to put anything in the parking meter.
Woo. Woo. Hey, Lady DD, fall in love with yourself and know you deserve better. Yes, baby. Yes.
So the thing is,
Yes.
so my question was to them, when have you, I said, because I always hear you say you had enough. What do enough look like to you
My God.
that you have to say this is it? And what's really holding you there than other than your investments?
Right. What investments? Are
Yeah.
they talking about money, time, attention, or
Well,
are they talking about the furniture that they bought and the
but
car that
see,
they,
I know the investment they're talking. The investment was it was the money investment, the bills they accumulated together. But just the thing though, if they're struggling, how can they get you out of a struggle?
Right, right, right.
So now you both are struggling, not just financially, but you're struggling to find one another in yourselves.
Yeah, yeah, I said he said. Yeah. Wow, wow. Coach TJ, what say you, baby?
Can you repeat the question for me?
Okay, many people are in this state in situations that aren't healthy because the thought of starting over feels scarier than staying stuck. What piece of advice would you give them?
Oh Lord, what piece of advice? I think you added that in part, Kim. I think the first one was why do they do it? Why do people stay
Oh,
with
oh
something
no,
that's not working? Okay.
no. That was earlier. Now I'm asking a different question.
Oh, this is
Because we
different.
know that people stay in, yeah, that's what I just asked said. That's what said was talking about.
Oh, okay.
Um, But
Hmm.
yeah, what piece of advice? I could circle back. But many people stay stuck in situations that aren't healthy because the thought of starting over feels scarier than staying stuck. What piece of advice would you give them?
To take time to find out what they value most. You know what I mean? Because obviously you've lost some value within yourself within that relationship, and you obviously value it more than you do your well being. So you need to get back to you.
Mm, mm, mm. That's
Yeah,
good.
you got to get
That's
back to
good.
you.
That's good. That's good. Mm-hmm. Dr. Yolanda and then Sister Tracy. Yes. Dr. Yolanda, what say you?
Repeat the question again, please.
It's okay. Many people stay in situations that aren't healthy because the thought of starting over feels scarier than staying in this stuck relationship. What's one piece of advice you would give them?
Um, you can always start over. There's nothing other than life itself that you can't regain again. So if you just stand there just to because what you invested, you can get that again. But if you stay there too long, where it becomes unhealthy and things start setting into your body, you may not even be here.
Agree. Agree. Agree.
So sometimes it's best to take losses and keep on rolling. Or as City says, say that song you say, what you say, girl bye, boy bye. Sometimes you just have to say that because you might not can recover.
Wow. Create Sunshine said they're actually what's the word, to themselves the longer they stay. Absolutely. That is the absolute truth. Create Sunshine. Create, you hit the nail on the head. Every day a part of you deteriorates or diminishes because you stay in something that does not honor you. I thank God for deliverance because I gained the freedom of having myself back. That's Desert Rose. Yes, baby. I
He
love
said
that. Does
he
it,
was
okay, wait a minute. C said, does every enduring long marriage go through a season of not healthy? Well, we were talking about marriage and not married. We're just talking period in general. See, not necessarily the married people or single people, right? But the broader overall context of it. But yeah, everybody goes through a season of not healthy, in my opinion. Every person. Like we go to periods of not healthy with our family, never mind being in a relationship with someone outside of that.
Well, you know,
It says to me it's okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
some people are with people that they not even with, and they go through so much drama. You're like, why y'all not even in no relationship? Why you going through all this? You're
Uh-huh.
not really in a relationship. It's just in situationships.
Yes.
Go through
Yes.
unnecessary.
Yes. And what is that all about, right?
You know, it's all about the S word. That's it.
Okay, wait a minute. C says even with ourselves we can be unhealthy. That is absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. We can find ourselves. And you know what? That's the other thing that I was talking to Tracy about a little bit earlier. I was like, I think Tracy, I think you said it. You said people are don't even realize that they're the problem. Like we always blame somebody else. Sometimes it's not everybody else, y'all. I mean, the reality is it's you. Hey, Kay Della, I see you, boo. I see you.
Hey,
I
lady.
see you. Hey, baby. What were you gonna say? What did you want to add?
It was pertaining to, I think, the former question, but I didn't want to backtrack. I don't want to
It
backtrack.
doesn't
I want you to
matter.
keep going.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine.
Okay. It pertained to your former question regarding, I think it was why they stay, or the one before
Yeah,
this one, I believe it was.
yeah.
Um, yeah, just my personal experience. Well, it was actually when you got into the whole I call it narcissistic situation, because the gaslighting and the things like that. I literally went through that some years ago with my ex husband, and that whole thing it will make you feel, it really will make you feel like you losing your mind. But what I found out is you know, as women, a lot of times we'll share the things that we have been through, thinking that it's you're telling the person, you're just telling the person about your past, and things that you don't want to happen again. Sometimes we feel that's what we feel like we're doing. But a lot of times you're sharing those things with a person, and when you're sharing them, and they literally will take them, especially a narcissistic person, will take them and use them against you. Everything you have shared with them, they record that in their head, and they will use that thing against you. And I can personally speak for myself, and I'm pretty sure somebody somewhere has been through this situation. We got married. He was the sweetest man. When I say sweet, just everything was great, perfect. Never had a problem. We never argued. Um, we shared ideas, things like that. And I was normally like that, I go with the flow. I went with the flow. His ideas was good, so it didn't seem like nothing negative for the family. Child, please. 10 years in? Almost 10 years in, 8 years in, my mom passed. And when my mom passed, I just, I went through a situation where got to the place where I was like, I didn't want to die that way. My mom passed away, and I saw so many of her dreams in her. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I supposed to? I can't hear you, Kim.
I said don't use that word. You because you
Okay.
know the word. Okay.
Was Okay.
Y'all know the word unalive. Your unalive is the word you gotta use.
Okay. Unalive. Uh, when her transition. When my mom transitioned, can we use that word? When she transitioned, I didn't want to be that person because I saw so many of her dreams with her, and that it just really did something to me. So I began to share the things that I really, really wanted to do in my life. At that point, my son was in school full time. The baby, he's the youngest in school full time. Fast forward, trying to make a long story short, he got to the place where he agreed and he supported. I support you 150%. I didn't talk to him for a couple of weeks. Went on to my pastor, my bishop, talked to him a couple, time and just trying to follow the protocol of being married and having a witness and all the whole 9 yards. And he sat down in front of my pastor and said, you sure you agree with it? He said, oh yes, 150%. I know she could do it. I support her, blah, blah, blah. Honey, we moved on. When I tell you 6 months in, I don't know where Dr. Jekyll came from, Mr. Hyde. Honey, whole other person flip-flopped on me. And I didn't know who this person was. I felt like I was living in a Lifetime movie. Like completely. Just like she said, things would start coming up missing. I'm like, I know I put that there. And then, girl, just things came up missing. He would do stuff, and I'm like, okay, I'm not crazy. Girl, I was going through that whole situation for about a year. And at that point, and then he started with the manipulation. Oh, I'm going to unalive myself and I'm going to harm myself. And I got the insurance. The kids will be fine. And I'm like, what? So went into a place at first feeling like I caused this. That was in my head. And for one point, I felt like I caused him to feel this way. And the straw that broke the camel's back was he wanted to move away because the bishop then pulled his whole card, right? The bishop said, oh, you trying to control this girl. He said, you don't support her. You trying to control her. No, I'm not. Then all of a sudden, don't want to go to church no more. He don't want to go to that church no more. He want to move. Now he want to move. So I'm thinking I'm supposed to be the submissive wife. I'm okay to move. I'm like, okay, well, we'll move. Everything I was putting my hands to was prospering. I don't care what I was doing. It was prospering. He kept flipping. Well, why don't you do this instead of that? So why don't you do this instead of that? And I'm like, why do you keep wanting me to, switch occupations? Because I don't understand. Why is it bothering you so much, affecting you in this way? He could not give me a solid answer. And it got to the place where I was fed up. Then when he brought that whole unaliving, harming himself again, okay, you know what? You go right ahead. Make sure men and children not around so we're not traumatized. I got to that place where I was just over it. Child, please. He left me to explain this to the kids. Nope, I wasn't supposed to know he was gone. He came in the house when I was gone, left, took all his stuff out the house. And the crazy thing with God said he'll never leave his children ignorant. I can't hear you.
How long did you know him?
Prior to marriage,
Yes.
we dated for like two years.
Really?
And he was like the perfect gentleman. Honey, when I tell you he flipped on me, when he left me to explain this stuff to the children. And at this point, God said he never leave us ignorant. And I was over my sister-in-law's house and I said something, how something just hit you and it's just, I felt something wasn't right. I said, I need to get back to the house. She said, you want me to go with you? I said, yes. We left the kids at her house. Get over here. And I just felt this weird feeling. And when I get there, That's when I realized all of his stuff is gone. He done moved all his stuff out the house. And I'm standing there looking. She said, well, what? She said, what's wrong? I said, you don't see nothing wrong with this picture. She said, I said, this is his closet. She said, wait, why is it empty? I said, exactly. So I called him. I said, is there something you want to tell me? He acted like nothing was wrong. He was like, what's wrong? I said, I'm at work. You okay? I said, you don't want to tell me nothing. No, I'm good. I said, you know all your stuff is gone out of your closet, right? I'm at the house. I never told him
Wow.
my sister-in-law was with me. He just, you know, he just thought I was alone. I said, you know, I'm at the house. Oh, I just took a few things. You just took a few. Where you going? Oh, I'm gonna stay at my brother's house. I just took a couple things. I didn't know what I wanted to wear for the weekend. You took all of your clothes. Like, you took everything, every pair of shoes, everything, and a couple of my things. So I'm like literally, a couple of my things. He took my son had a trundle bed. He took the mattress from underneath the trundle bed.
Because he
I'm
was
like,
going to need it.
he was going to either need it or he took it to make me think I was nuts. I don't know which one, but I was just like, wow. So long story short, girl, ended up being, I changed the locks. I said, oh, we playing these games? I changed the locks. You're not coming in and out of here when you feel like it. It's standing over me. You out. You left, you out. So at that point, it was maybe a couple of weeks had went past. He went to crying to my god brother saying, I want my family back, and blah, 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 blah. And my god brother saying, well, just let him, let him come back. I said, he's not coming back here right now. No, sir. No, sir. He's not coming back here. So he went to so far, Kim, to the point where he left me a notice. How can I say it? A note of farewell note. Yeah, he went that far. So he left a farewell note, and I'm like, what in the world? So I called my god brother. He was in law enforcement. I said, what do I do about this? He said, you just call law enforcement in your area, give them the letter, give them a picture. That's what they're gonna ask for. He said, just keep them out of kids' sight so the children won't see it. Yeah, I did all of that. The very next day, I get a call from somebody I only heard about from his past. Never met him. This man, at the time, I'm in Georgia. This man lived in Florida. And he calls me and he says, I just called to let you know that Johnny's in a bad way. And I said, wait, who are you? He said, this is so-and-so. And I said, wait a minute. I remember hearing your name. I said, are you the man from Florida? He said, yeah. I said, he's in Florida with you? He said, yeah, he's in a really bad way. Girl, he had manipulated this man to believing that he was he was taking a swim forever. I said, so, okay, what do you mean? He said, well, he's over here in a bad way. Now, mind you, he had left my house the day before. He had on certain clothes. And when the man started saying, well, I think he really did. I said, what does he have? I said, you know what? No, I'm going to tell you what he got on. I told him what he had. He said, how do you know what he had on? I said, he had the same thing on yesterday, and that Negro didn't jump nowhere. He ain't jumped nowhere. He is playing games with your head, and he's not going to play with mine. Go on and call a popo so they can pick him up, because he done left this forever letter. They need to take him so he can be observed. Take him in for observation. And they took him right on in for observation. But
So
honey,
my question is, he was good for the whole 2 years while you were
no, 8
dating,
years.
or was
8
there?
years, Kim. 8
No,
years. We
But
dated
y'all
2.
dated for 2. Right.
Right.
So
Right.
he was good for the whole 2 years. You didn't see any red flags during the 2-year
Not and
period?
one. Not and one. Because when I say he covered himself, he covered himself. He had an explanation for everything. Now I'm not gonna say I was this perfect Patty. I'm gonna tell you, I was in a broken state too.
Yes.
You know, so I can say that I know I was in a broken state at that point. So it's not like I really knew what's the word I'm looking for? What a good, perfect, not perfect person, but what it is to. I didn't know what it was to be manipulated. I'll put it that way.
Got you.
I didn't know what it was to
Wh-
be manipulated. But when I found out,
So, mm-hmm.
I girl, I had been bamboozled. I was like, oh my God. So the whole time this was, it was not protection. It was not love. It was all what's the word I'm looking for? It wasn't protection. It was so subtle. He was so subtle with it, making me feel like I was protected, but it was control.
Wow.
The
Wow.
whole time. Once I really came to myself and really realized what was going on, it was control.
Yeah.
The whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
That whole putting stuff down. He had even broke in the house when I was gone. And yeah, me and the kids had literally just went to the grocery store. We had went to the store. Came back, I had bought toiletries and everything, and I set everything on the counter. And then we left again. When I came back, we were gone for several hours. When I came back, some of the stuff was opened. And I'm looking like, my daughter said,
Wait a
Mom,
minute.
didn't you just?
Are
Yeah.
they yours and his kids together?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. My daughter said, Ma, didn't you just buy that at the store? She's at this point, she's 11. She said, didn't you just buy that at the store? I said, yes, I did. Now, thank God that, somebody else was there to see it. Because he was really trying to do that. She said, how did it get open? I said, I don't know, baby. We all left out of here together. She said, that's
Right.
weird. I said, yes, it is. I started looking around the house at that point because I wanted to make sure he wasn't in there. I knew something wasn't right. I find my son's window in his bedroom partially open and the screen sitting on the outside. I said, you want to play these games. At that point, I guess he realized, he like, okay, I don't have no food. No, you don't. Because I'm a detective, honey. At the end of the day, I'm a detective. I'm going to go find it. And it had gotten deep. It had gotten deep. When he realized he could not control me, this is the kicker, y'all. When he realized he could not control me, he literally begged my god brother to have to just talk to him. Just talk to him. He wanted his family back. I mean, he played the role real good.
Wow.
And listen, I said, okay, you know what? I'm over it. This is my last conversation. I'm thinking it's the daytime. We're in a public place. It'll be all right. He said he calls at the last minute. My truck won't start. So I go to pick him up. Now, mind you, where he's at his brother's house that house, his brother had moved. So I had never been to that house. The brother, I get there. He come on, get in the car. Because I didn't go in. I just sat in the car, waited. He get in the car. We go to lunch, sit down and talk. On the way back, he's thinking, well, I got her where I want her, What are you going to do? I want to come back home. I said, I don't think that's a good idea. Because you left on your own recognizance. I didn't ask you to leave. You just left. And now you left me with these children to explain all this, blah, blah, blah. I'm going through all this. Well, I can have the police to make you let me back in. I said, yeah, you could do that. I said, but they can't make me stay. Honey, when I said that, this man got out of the truck, came to my side of the truck. And I'm wondering why he was walking over here. He's looking normal at one point. And I said, what are you doing? He opens the door. Now, this is the point where I'm dropping him off. He opens the door and commenced to beat me like I'm a man.
Oh my God.
In one sweep, he punched me in my face, put the car in gear, and snatched the keys. In one sweep. Pulls me by a leg and an arm and snatches me out the car. And all I heard, I said, oh my God. All I heard was the Lord say, scream. Because it was people down on the other end. I went to screaming, honking the horn, just getting attention because we were still in public. None of that mattered. I looked at this man's face. It was no longer him. It was not him.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
And he got to the point, and if it was just by the grace of God, I can tell you it was by the grace of God, because the rest is pretty graphic. But when I got away, I fought for like 2.5 years to put him in prison, because you're not gonna put my father didn't put his hands on me.
Right.
And this stuff is real. Narcissistic people, when
Yes.
they get to the point where they don't feel like they have any control, they lose it.
Yes.
They literally lose it. And I'm saying this to help somebody that don't ever want to go through that. He was arrested. Who was it? C-Day? He was arrested. He ran from the police for a while and called himself trying to torment me over the phone. He would leave text messages and think, I see you, I saw you today, you look so pretty, blah, things like that. Just sadistic, crazy mess. I was like, what in the world? Who are you? Like this is not the person I married. Like literally was not the person I married. But man, he feels like he could not control me. He just, when he got to that place where he realized he could not control. But the thing was, I didn't understand is I was broken, but I was not a damsel in distress to the point where I had a career, prior to. I had
Right.
to stop working and I
Right.
stopped doing things so that I could take care of my kids. And I mainly stopped that because my daughter came home with ringworm one day from the daycare. And that was all. I was like, okay, that's enough. I can't do it. Baby coming home with ringworm. That's what made me stop working. So it wasn't like I had never had, like you saved a
Right.
damsel in distress that didn't have a job, that didn't have something going for herself. So all of a sudden, when I want to go back to that, you're losing your mind. And come to find out, this man I knew he was married before because I had been married before, but I knew he was married before. What I didn't know is that he had done the same thing
My God.
to his ex-wife. And I found that out because my
Wow.
godbrother was in law enforcement, and I asked him to look up he's like, you're not gonna get in trouble for that. I said, well, just do it anyway. I won't tell nobody. This years later, he said, I'm gonna do it. So he did it, looked him up, and that woman's police report was mine verbatim.
Really?
Really. Her police report was mine verbatim. And I just was floored when I said, oh my God. It felt like I was reading my own police report.
Wow. Yeah, we have to be careful. We
Gotta be
the
careful.
people we choose to be in our lives. We have to be careful. We have to, because it's
And
a lot.
background
It's a
checks, girl.
lot.
Background.
You
And not
said
just no
background
credit.
check.
Not just no credit.
Right.
You gonna
Right.
do background checks. Check with their families. Find out what kind of person he was prior to.
Right. Right.
Cause that I'm
Thank you,
telling you, I
ma'am,
got caught up in
please.
a whirlwind. I got caught up in a whirlwind, y'all, and it changed my life, but it wasn't for the better. But I
Mm.
learned from it, which did make
Yeah.
it for the better. I had to, create a better
Yes.
out of
Yes.
that. It was rough. It was rough.
And so, okay, so here's a question that I have to ask you. I don't know where Coach TJ went. Did he get off?
I think he
I
did.
know he got off because he came down, but is he still in the room? The reason why I think this is what was the most valuable lesson that you learned in all of that
Ooh,
about yourself?
I learned how strong I am. That's for one.
Mm-hmm.
I learned how strong I am, and I learned that I'm very tenacious when it comes. I'm just a tenacious person, and
Mm-hmm.
I won't back down. I won't back down when it comes to fighting. I'm a fighter.
Mm-hmm.
But emotionally, I learned not to put everything on my shoulder. I learned to talk
Mm-hmm.
about talk about my situation, get it out, because it's not, you're not always okay. No matter
Yeah.
what,
Yeah.
drown out the noise. Drowning out the noise is huge because, you throughout the marriage, people would always say, "Oh, y'all the little family the church family." They used to always say that with me and
Uh-huh.
my kid. So,
Mm-hmm.
when that happened, and he was a minister.
Mm.
When all that happened, everybody was like, "You should be," I've got I should have been ashamed of myself. I was like, "What?" Oh, I had people telling me, "Oh, you need to go. You need to get him out." Girl, when I say, "Ooh," that thing, I couldn't believe some of the comments that I was getting from people standing in my face, telling me what I should do. I learned to drown them out because it was almost like they were belittling me for fighting.
Really?
Yeah, really. Belittling me for fighting. And these were church people.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
That's something to think
Belit-
about.
yeah. I learned I have to choose. You know what? A big lesson I learned, Kim, was choosing
Mm-hmm.
people wisely when you are not just the mate, but the people around you when you're broken.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because you have
But
people
when
that
you're
prey on
broken,
people.
you don't have the capacity. Like there's levels to I hate the word broken. I don't want to use it
Well,
anymore. But
okay.
for lack of a better, no. This is not about you. I'm just saying, for lack of a better word, I understand. But the reality is, you don't make wise decisions when you're mentally and emotionally bogged down by some trauma, drama, some sort of a family situation or otherwise, right?
That's
You
true.
don't make good decisions. We make decisions rooted a lot of times in our pain or the struggle, because
Yeah,
that's how we get to this whole
absolutely.
struggle love. That's how we get to this whole struggle love situation. The reason
But you
why
know
that
what?
is because our mental is not okay.
It's not. But you know what, Kim? Even
Mm-hmm.
though my mental wasn't okay, what I've learned is it's the Holy Spirit for me. I still had
Yes.
that gut
Yes.
feeling. That's what you
Yes.
trust. Because sometimes I
Yes.
didn't trust that gut feeling and I didn't go with it. And it was like, if I had
Yes.
a just trusted that gut feeling, I don't care how hurt you are, that does not lead. In fact, it magnifies.
Right.
It
Right.
magnifies. And
Right.
when you don't trust that, that's when you get hurt more. You bring
Yes.
more foolishness around you.
Yes. Yes. Agreed. Agreed.
What Coach
Agreed.
TJ said, that's the knower.
Agreed.
Yes, TJ, that's the Coach TJ, that's the knower. Yes,
Yeah. That is the
that gut
knower.
feeling. I if I
Mm.
had followed that, I believe I would have been in some different places in my life earlier.
Most of us don't. If we gonna be honest, most of us. If we would have went with our first instinct, yeah. See, yeah. Um, Lady Pink and Reese, what is up? What is going on? I haven't heard from y'all. Let's talk about it.
I didn't want to go ahead of Lady Pink. I think she was here before me.
Oh, Lady Pink, what's going on, baby?
I'm here. I'm learning. I'm listening and
Yeah, me
learning. I'm
too.
learning how to. I'm new to TikTok, so I'm learning how it goes. But I am loving, loving, loving everything about your community. Um,
Oh,
it's
thank you.
heartfelt. It's beautiful. All of the people here. Um, I don't know. I'm just full, just listening. But what I would like to share is that um, we're in a time where we have to dig really deep within ourselves. And when we dig within ourselves, we're going to find out that there are so many untapped resources. And
Mm.
that untapped resource, we're going to find that we have an unlimited supply of power. And I have to get used to everyone's name, so I'm gonna just be simple without trying not to make mistakes. But the young lady that was speaking before, I
Kate
hit
Della.
what's her name?
Kate Della.
Kadella, Miss Kadella. What you went through, you found a lot of untapped resources. And to hear now the authority that's in your voice, I am almost certain that it wasn't there before. You had some, but now it's radiating from you. Just hearing you talk, you're speaking with such authority that if I'm going to use it as if it was a person, if it stepped to you again, you won't have to deal with it anymore because it will recognize the authority that is now in you. And so,
Yes.
with that being said, if it challenges you again, it already knows that it's defeated. And I'm loving that because I can hear the strength in your voice. Um, I mean, you are encouraging me to let me know that that's why I put in my for my comment that when we go through those challenges, help us to identify with tools that is equipping us even the more for the challenges. I ministered a message that my pain is my process, and in my process is power. So when we're
Mm.
going through, we're going to find power step by step, challenge by challenge. It's going to be power. And even when we feel defeated, there is still power in defeat. How is there power in defeat? Because we're going to be able to see that scripture that says, when we are weak, his strength is made perfect.
Yes.
We are going to find power regardless, even when we feel defeated. And so I'm just grateful for everybody's testimony. I love listening because I learn And I'm just, you know, I'm just really excited. Um, I kept missing it because I watch my granddaughter at night sometimes while my daughter is working. And I remember, I think it was like a day or two ago, I think, wasn't it, Miss Kim? I said, what time? Because I kept missing it. I inboxed you. I don't know if you remember because I'm probably a
Oh,
lot of
yeah,
people
yeah, yeah.
inbox you. And I'm like, what time? Because I kept
Yeah.
missing it. But this is like a recharge charge and a reset for me. So I'm in the bed, I got the lights out, and it's just me and the Lord and everybody that's in this community, your voice. Um, another thing I want to add is that when you or entertain a narcissist, or you entertain someone that's bringing negativity into your life, you're not a garbage can unless you allow yourself to feast on the garbage. There's another scripture that's close to my heart. It says, "Cast not your pearls unto the swine." Your heart is precious. You were bought with a price, and that makes us priceless. So when someone brings garbage to you or try to downplay who you are, your worth, you know, just don't settle for it. Don't cast your pearls to the swine. And knowing your worth is so important. It's extremely important. And if you don't know it, that means you got to take time to get to know you all over again. And if you knew who you were and you lost it and you're questioning it, then it's time to get some affirmations going. Do them in the morning, do them at night, do them at lunch, but you need to speak to yourself constantly. I'm a breast cancer survivor, I'm a cervical cancer survivor, and I have had a total of 38 surgeries, and I am still here. Why? Affirmations. You have to affirm yourself. Affirm yourself with scripture. Affirm yourself with the challenges. Don't say the challenge itself, but say it as if you've overcome the challenge. Speak like an overcomer. Speak victoriously. I am one of the most pessimistic people that I know. And the Lord had to say to me that you have to speak where I'm taking you, not where you are.
Yes.
We have to make
Yes.
sure that we talk like who we want to be, who God has made us. And we have to be able to escape where we are. If we don't like where we are, then we can think about where we're going and plan how we're going to get there. And it took me a minute to think like that because I've been molested, I've been abused, I've been date raped twice. I've tried to commit suicide 3 times. The Lord would not let it work. It did not work. And it's so many other things, but God saw fit to save my soul. Yes, he did. You know, and I like to say it the old fashioned way. I'm saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost with a mighty burning fire. I don't compromise. I don't have time for drama, you know. And it's time for us to just really understand our worth. We were bought with a price, blood washed. And if you don't know Christ,
Yes.
hey, it's time. It's time, you know. And then, you know, the other thing, understanding love for real. What does love look like? Ask yourself, what does love look like? Because it has a look. Not only does it have a look, it has a sound. And not only does it have a sound, it has a feel to it. And a lot of us, we know the superficial feel, but we don't know the
Yes.
real. It's time
Yes.
to know the real and understand what the real is. And that's why, you know, Miss Kim, I'm from South, so everything is miss and yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. I'm sorry. I hope I'm not offending you.
That's okay, baby.
But,
No.
you know, we have to get back to asking ourselves, what does love look like to me? And what I want it to look like? And what does it feel like? Because love is a language. And I think it's something that the world has lost, you know,
Yes.
and it's time
Yeah.
to find it. Renew, revive, restore, rebuild, reestablish, all of those words, recharge. That's where we are. I always tell people, if you don't like what you're feeling, then dissect it and ask yourself why you're feeling that way. And once
Yes.
you identify with why you're feeling that way, then go on and dissect it some more and begin to change it, because you don't
Yeah.
have to stay that way. You know, there are things that you can do some research, and because I don't have my book, but nevertheless, there are things that strong people don't do. There are things that strong people don't say, you know, and we have to dig into those things and get them active in our lives. There are even mindsets that strong people don't have. Strong people don't quit. Strong
Yeah.
people don't want drama.
Right.
Strong people don't hang with weak people. And I don't mean
Right.
the thought of us saying that people are weak,
Right.
not putting blame saying that they're weak, not physically weak. I'm talking about weak people. Weak people are people that are always needing drama to survive. And if we're around those people that need drama to survive, then we need to be the one that help them find out how to heal from the drama. That's what I mean by weak people. They are sick people that only know how to make people sick instead of elevating. It's time to ascend. It's time to go higher in every aspect of our lives.
Agreed.
So, you know, we
Okay, something happened.
Off.
Huh?
I think she dropped off.
No. They made me take her down.
Oh,
Okay, you can bring up once you take her down. You can bring her back up.
well,
You just have to take her
Did you
down.
ever get that? They were like, she's blocked for 10 minutes.
oh.
Right? Yeah.
I
You.
think
That's what
Did she say something?
something that she said.
Yeah, I think she used some words instead of saying. I think Asita Abraham had put essay in there and some other stuff.
Right. And they took her down.
Yeah, it's some words she said, and I know what they are.
Oh no.
Yeah, me too. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna keep mine short. I'm gonna keep mine brief. It was so much that I wanted to touch on. The first thing I wanted to say was that two unhealed people is a recipe for disaster. It's
Yes.
just not, it's not healthy at all. And then when you get two unhealed people, one of you becomes the therapist, and then one of you becomes that person becomes stuck because that other person is going to drain you, and you never get to heal. And then there's other situations where one person heals faster than the other, so the other one becomes resentful of that other person's growth. So, that situation right there, I think is unhealthy for both parties, and it shouldn't even happen. I think it's back to what you used to tell us, and you still do, Kim, about first healing yourself before you go looking for someone else. But unfortunately, life doesn't always happen that way. Life always makes sense in reverse. When we look back, we see that it was all necessary to bring us to where we are right now, to this version of us that we are at this moment. I just wanted to say to Kate Della that she is very strong, resilient, powerful. And a lot of times when, people see that in you, when their intention is to manipulate you, they become intimidated. And they become frustrated at the fact that they can't control you. Stay in your
Right.
power. I don't think I need to even tell her that, but they can't guard us. That's the problem that they have with strong people and people that want to manipulate you and counter you, and they just can't break your strength. They try to break your spirit. So,
Yes.
that's one thing that I learned as well. So you're not the only, you're not the first, and you will not be the last, unfortunately. But at least you know now that, like she said before she left, anybody that encounters you now knows that they can't guard you. It won't work.
Yes. 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 It's not gonna work because you're smarter than the average bear.
That's true, Reese. I
Mm-hmm.
agree with you. I also want to chime in too, Miss Delarese. I had said it down at the bottom about that old school mentality. I remember it with like my mom and a lot of older ladies that I grew up around that were married, and you were speaking of the church women, and a lot of them just that old mentality that whatever went on in the house and you just accept and you just take it, but they don't realize that we are a new generation of stronger black women. I don't know if I'm supposed to use that word, sorry, but we are a stronger, more powerful race of women, or just women in general, doesn't matter color, but we are strong and we don't take or some of us don't take what our past generations took, and so I commend you for that, for still trying to, get him where he needed to be, and, fight for yourself and continue to be strong, etc. So I definitely commend you as well, my sister.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Because that was a lot. That was a
Hmm.
lot. Um. I know y'all that we got about 15 more minutes and I'm gonna pull out. Is there anything that anybody else wants to add or say about what we've been discussing tonight?
Yeah, that lady was all in my, the Lord gave me the R's to read. So I know the rest.
Yeah,
She
she
said
was on it, right?
she was on it, and she also said that about not being garbage, and that's one of the things I speak to myself every day. That like the proof is in the pudding in my life. When I say I'm more than a trash bag, because people will make you a trash bag. I'm not. Let me got some background.
Dr. Yolanda, I can barely hear you, my love.
Hey, Della Reese got
Okay, let
background.
me,
Hey, Della Reese, she got background.
yeah, can y'all, okay, wait a minute. Let me mute the microphone. Okay, go ahead, Dr. Yolanda.
I said when she said about us not about being garbage, that's one of the things I uh I speak to myself every day. I am more than a trash bag.
Right.
And like she was just
But
like hitting some of
okay,
the
so
points.
can we raise the vibration on that though? Because the trash bag is like the least. So, I
So it's
am
a reason
followed
why I
by
say that.
anything.
No, it's a reason why
Huh?
I said the reason why I put trash bag. Bless Juanita can she can affirm to it is because I say I am more than a trash bag because I had a supervisor who tried to make me take out trash after speaking to Bless Juanita and two other ladies, and they told him not to do it to me, but he did it anyway. So he did it to me as to laugh. But had I not taken up for myself, he would have me dragging this trash out. And here I am. I'm a peace officer, so that's why I speak that to myself every day because I am more than a trash bag. I was trash to you, even after you got words of
Right.
wisdom from some people that told you not to do it, but you did it anyway. So I speak that You know what I'm saying? I have to, so I know not to, so I can keep it in my, in the front, to know not to let anybody treat me like that.
Yeah.
Job,
Yeah.
relationship, family, anybody. So yeah, so that's why I
Right.
said, it was a reason.
Good night. Good night. See. Good night. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dr. Yolanda.
Oh, I'm finished. I mean, but
I'm
that's what I'm
sorry. I
here.
just wanted to.
But and I never knew this until years later, probably until about a month ago, when she told me about it. Like, yeah, he told us that he was gonna do that. So we got to learn to stand up for ourselves, respectfully, but
Right.
stand up for ourselves.
Right. 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 Agreed. 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 Anybody else have any final thoughts or something they would like to add?
I just like to kind of come back to the question, which was, why do people stay in bad relationships, and what advice you would give them. So, and I've had a long time to think about it, and I actually jotted some stuff down. But one reason is, and I hope this makes sense, agony and ecstasy. Now, and I'm going to say this because the relationships are not always equal in what they give or what they cost the individuals. But that's the agony part. But the ecstasy is that the person that should leave thinks about the good things in the relationship instead of the bad things. So they stay focused on the good things. Oh, well, they're not that bad. They make excuses for them. And so those little, I guess, signs of joy or moments of joy is kind of enough for them to hang on to the bad relationship. And then also, as we've said several times, they think that's the best that they can do. They don't think that there is anyone else better. And so they basically, it's like, stay with what you know. That's what they do. They stick with what they know instead of leaving and growing. And then that person is familiar. They know this person. Even if they get mad or upset, they already know how they're going to react. They know how long it's going to take for them to calm back down and act like they have good sense. It's a familiarity. I always say that, you cannot grow in being comfortable. You have to be uncomfortable in order for you to truly grow. But people don't like to be uncomfortable because it's not fun. And then sometimes they stay because they are, quote unquote, and I kind of heard this, like protecting others. I'm going to say protecting others. Because this person said, if you leave me, I'm going to do this. Or if you leave me, I'm going to do that. But really, if they're going to do it, they're going to do it. They wouldn't just be talking about it. And then the fear of being alone. I said this earlier, there's always a fear of being alone. And some people really have abandonment issues. Maybe their father wasn't in their life, or they didn't have, strong male role models if it's a woman, because it goes both ways. But because I'm a woman, I'm just using the woman in this analogy. But they didn't have that strong male or female presence in their life. So they have these delusion of what real attachments are like. So, and then finances is another reason. Because I would say that, I probably stayed more for the finances than anything else. Because I did not think that, I could do it by myself. Oh, it's going to be a lot. Oh, I got this baby. I don't want to be a single parent. So I use all of these excuses to stay. When in reality, once I got out, I realized I actually had more money because I was a saver and he was a spender. But had I not left, I wouldn't have known that. So my advice that I would give is, look, recognize the red flags. That's the first thing. Don't make the red flags excuses. So you have to identify those things and say, well, hey, I'm not going to deal with this. You need to communicate openly. I don't like, you said this and it made me feel this way. And I don't like it when I'm feeling this way. If necessary, seek some kind of support. And it doesn't necessarily mean counseling or therapy, but some kind of support. And then you may need to evaluate the relationship. And if it's a situation where there is abuse, please have a safety plan. That's so important. Please have a safety plan. I dated this guy when I was in high school. I went to college. We were still dating. And I came home on a break and he took me out to the woods, pinned me against a tree and told me because I told him I was going to break up with him, that if he couldn't have me, nobody was going to have me. And tried to push me out of the car on the interstate. So we have to know when it's time to go, whether it feels good or not. And be sure that you're making sound, empowering decisions. And then focus on self-care. You have to focus on yourself. Let no one take your power away from you. That's all I have to say about that.
That was powerful. All of it. All of it. I am the healer. You came up. You wanted to say something, my love?
Listen, hey, thank you for letting me join on late, and I came on accident. But listen, I absolutely love the live. I love everything that Miss Tracy was saying previously. She touched on everything, especially the part about we are not willing to sit still long enough to get healed, right? And that's a major part of what it takes to be, in a relationship, a healthy one. That's a major, major, major part. And that's all I was going to add on, is that we have to be, sit still in that healing process and be uncomfortable with ourselves long enough to, and honest, right? Like the lady that they took down, she was on it. Yeah, exactly like she was saying.
Was.
Keep asking why. Let your emotions
She
be.
was, except for
Oh
her
my gosh, she
language.
was on it.
She, Lady Pink. She was, but TikTok, you can't say certain things. They just pulled you right
Right.
down, sis. They pulled you
Yes.
right down because they were like, no, and you couldn't come back up on a live for 10 minutes, they told me.
Okay. So
I was like,
listen, I'm
okay.
learning. So like I said, I got up here by accident because I was probably trying to send some hearts or something. But
Oh, okay. Well, I'm
everybody,
glad
I'm
you
enjoying
came
the
up.
live. So yes, I will be back
Thank you,
on.
sweetheart.
I love being a part of stuff like this. So yeah.
Yes, thank you, baby. I appreciate you. I really do. Anybody else got anything closing they want to say?
Yeah, let me say this, Kim, because this has been. I learned to be my plus one for me without having to feel like needing to be in a relationship. And once I learned that after divorce and everything, learned to be my own plus one, it helped me to love myself again. Learning to be your plus one is learning to date yourself,
My
to do
God.
things for yourself, like Kim always talk about, honor yourself every day. Do things for you that you never thought about doing for yourself when you was with your partner.
Yes.
Do some things for the new you that you never did for the old you, that brightens up the
Yes.
new you to see yourself differently. Because when I began to that part of making myself the plus one, I started changing. I changed my whole persona about a lot of things.
Yeah.
I would go
Yeah.
and eat at some restaurants, and I would be dressed up casual as if I'm going out on a date because I was dating myself. And the thing was,
Wow.
it gave me a sense of purpose, but it also brought me back home to me.
Right.
So, and I just wanted to close with that.
That's what it's all about, said he said.
And let me say this one thing that I don't want to forget, because this is
Okay, so I just want to tell y'all this. I have the restriction because of her.
wow.
I just happened to see it when I them. So I'm gonna have to, before we do this panel discussion again, and any matter of fact, I'm not gonna let everybody come up until I have a conversation with them because I can't do this. I can't risk my lives. Like, because I don't know everybody, and because I'm friendly and I want to love on everybody, I'll let everybody come up. But that's causing me a problem because it's a restriction on my life now because of that. Right? So I'm we good because we about to get off, but moving forward, like I can't do it because I can't risk losing my live access over, and I know she didn't mean it. She's learning TikTok, but there's some things that you just cannot say. And I don't often know better. Dr. Yolanda has straightened me out more times than I care to admit. But they have certain rules and regulations that we cannot say on this platform, because they're very strict about certain words. So I don't want to lose my live access or even for a week, a day, if for any amount of time, because there are certain words that you cannot say
Yeah.
in a live. You just can't, right? So I want to tell y'all this quick story before we end. I don't know if you've ever heard, like, when you fall in love with somebody, right? Our natural normal reaction is to, at some point when things started getting like a little too gushy, where can you find the rules for TikTok? Dr. Yolanda, you want to answer that?
All you gotta do is TikTok send you notifications all the time, but just type in community guideline rules
Yep,
in
that's
your
it.
search bar. It'll tell you. And Kim, just go to your agency and see if they can if there's anything they can do
Yeah,
for you.
yeah, I am. So I want to say this, like, you meet somebody, the person is really, really good to you, and you're really good to that person. And you'll find out, like, I know we always talk about the leaving part, but there are times when it's difficult for you to stay because sometimes some people don't want to be that vulnerable. They don't want to be that open. And sometimes people will walk away, right? Because they feel like if they allow themselves to be vulnerable, that somehow, some kind of way, it's going to hurt them because of what they've been through in their past. Some people will walk away from the great relationship because they're afraid to be vulnerable. It's not always because other people were so wrong or somebody did you dirty. Sometimes you just can't deal with it. And I remember a particular client of mine's having a breakthrough of a huge proportion. And one of the reasons why her and her about to be her fiance did not work is because he really couldn't allow himself to be vulnerable. And she saw that. You understand? She saw him not allowing himself to be vulnerable, and he just started pulling away from her because they were getting in, and they were getting in deep, and they were going towards marriage, and he got afraid and he walked away. But that's happened to women too, because they've never been loved like that before. So it's not just always leaving. People don't always just leave just because somebody's bad or harmful or all of those things. Sometimes people leave because they are hurt. They can't take it. They don't know what to do. You understand what I'm saying? And it's overwhelming for them because it's an experience that they have never had before, or nobody's ever loved them like that. And it blows their minds. So because I've had the privilege of talking to a man being in that situation and a woman being in that situation, and I say because it's only the two of them, right? I say, like, pay attention to why people move the way that they move, because some people are not making commitments because they are deathly afraid of being in a committed relationship, and they don't know like what to do. They don't know how to, because it's opening them up to this world that they never thought that they would experience, and it makes them crazy. I've seen a few people go through that, right? Thank you for the follow, y'all. Thank you for the follow. Y'all, I love y'all so much. We're gonna end this live. And I just want to thank everybody for all of the gifts. I want to thank everybody for everything that you guys have done. Y'all have blessed my whole entire heart. And I really, truly appreciate each one of y'all, all of the gifts, everything that y'all have done for me. And y'all are amazing. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are amazing.
Kim, go on and go put your PJs.
Yes, baby.
Go on and put your PJs on and
Huh?
come. Go on and go relax.
I know, because
put your PJs on and come over to the after party for a second.
I know I gotta come to the after party. We coming to the after party in Dr. Yolanda's room. That's exactly what I'm doing. Dr. Yolanda, I appreciate you so much. I really do. All of y'all. Reese, Coach TJ, I Am the Healer, Seti Said, Tracy, Bless Juanita, K. Della Reese. Yes.
Love you, Kim.
I really appreciate you. Listen, I love you. Reese, you already know, girl, you play too much.
We love you too.
I love all of y'all. I do. Y'all are so dope. Y'all are amazing. So we gonna rock out and do this again, but everybody needs to know that there's certain words you cannot say. You cannot say here on the thing. Okay, so Dr. Yolanda's having an after party.
Really?
Let's go. Yeah, with DJ Seti Said. Let's go. DJ Seti Said it's gonna be on the wheels of steel. It's going down, y'all. Y'all head on over to Dr. Yolanda's room and let's make it do what it do. Yes. Pushan, I love you, baby. I love you, my love. Thank you, Stacy. I love y'all so much. Oh my goodness. Y'all have a good night. And we finna head over to Dr. Yolanda's to raise the roof over there. I'm going to sleep. I'm just saying, if y'all hear me snoring, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. That's what's happening. All right. I love y'all.
We just know it's crickets.
I know, right? That's exactly what's happening.